Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to whatever day it is. I think it's day 4-ish, 3-ish, something like that. It's in the title. You've seen it. It's not like I'm hiding anything.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So today, I don't even know what we've got planned. Of course, Heidi is at work. What a surprise. She's holding strong and doing her thing, and she'll be here, of course, later. But I talked to her about maybe extending our stay one more day, seeing how we were going to go back home on her day off, but we had rain, as you saw, and of course there's supposed to be some rain today, 50% chance. It's isolated shower, so who knows, 50% chance that maybe 50% of the people are going to get rain, something like that. So that makes the chances, pretty slim. However, because of that, we know Thursday was going to be a really nice day all day, and it's her day off. And I told her, I said, well, you want to stay another day? We can do it. So we are. I called up to the office, and they're going to set us up for another day, which we're lucky because she said a large group was coming in and that this area was going to, be packed starting on Thursday when we were supposed to depart. However, this isn't one of the sites that was coming in. So with that said, what do I have to do? Well, the first thing Heidi said is, hey, listen, that means I've got to drive to work on Friday, and if I do that, I need some work clothes, meaning that the clothes that she has here, of course, need washed. So I think I might try to attempt to do some wash. Now the problem is there's not an ATM on site, and Heidi has all the cash in her wallet. We went to the ATM the other day when we found out the restaurant only took cash, and when we went out, we got some money at the ATM, but unfortunately I just told her to hang on to it, and here I need some. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get the truck. It's still in the overflow parking. I'm going to bring it back here, and we're going to load it up with the trash and clothes, and I'm going to see if I can go find some cash and either wash them on site. I'm not that far from my dad and my stepmom's place. I could go over there and impose on them, which I don't think that I will. But we'll see what happens. I definitely need to do laundry, though. I'm not sure what the neighbor had to do. Whatever it was, he needed his motorhome to do it. So he pulled up stakes and he took off out of here. I'm assuming that he probably had to get some work done, maybe an oil change or something like that. So we're going to walk up to the truck, which isn't that far away. I gotta lock the door first, and then we'll come back and get some laundry. So I'm driving here just through Marlboro, which it's real strange through here. If you guys are looking at the campground Cuttys to stay at, this is the Marlboro police station, and the reason that I say it's kind of strange is because the address says Hartville on Cuttys. However, it's also Louisville, and it's in Marlboro, and it's very odd the way that they have it all structured. I've always considered it Marlboro there. However, somehow Louisville is involved, and I know a lot of that has to do with mailing addresses, but I think a lot of people like to be attached to Hartville as a business, especially if you're in, well, really any business, tell you the truth, unless it's liquor or something like that, because Hartville's kind of this little Mennonite, type store area. A lot of Mennonites in the area. They've been here forever. They pretty much built the place in a lot of ways. I know that Ellis Herb was really involved with developing the whole area, but still, so you have little places like this. This is Mays Valley. It's a wine and I don't know what else, winery and market. I mean, it's kind of like a little quaint store. It's a place to check out, and they've got events going on if you're into that kind of stuff. And of course, golfing, if you want to golf, there's this golf course right here, Sable Creek. I remember when they built that place. It wasn't terribly too long ago, at least in my eyes, as I get older. Maybe it has been. And then a little bit further, you have the golf course up on William Penn, 7 something. Wow, it's been a long time since I go past it all the time. My dad golfs there. 7 Hills, I think it's called. So anyways, we're going to go into Hartville, and the reason that I'm going into Hartville is for laundry. Now, I have a choice. I can actually go to the ATM, pick up some cash since I don't have any with me, and do some laundry at the laundromat in Hartville. Or I could go to my dad, my stepmom's house, and do laundry there. So it wouldn't cost us anything. Well, nonetheless, I definitely need to get some laundry done. So that's why we're heading into Hartville, and this is the way to go. Basically, you pull out of Cuttys, you make a left, you go through the traffic light, and you just continue in the general direction of west. And you'll finally go into Hartville, Hartville Kitchen, Hartville Flea Market. Huge, huge things to go check out. So just to give you a heads up, there's stuff to do out this way, that's for sure. Oh yeah, and if you want to go, before you get to Hartville, you know, the Hartville Kitchen and that, you could go out to Suffield, and the blimp hangars out there. You could go see the Goodyear blimp where it's docked. I think they do tours. You might even see it flying around. All right, we're heading into Hartville. I'm going to put this down so I don't get in trouble, because they are sticklers when it comes to driving out this way. Well, here I am at the laundromat in Hartville, and this place has changed quite a bit since I've been around here. You can see they have a wash and fold service, some sort of gift shop. I'll go in there and check that out in a little bit. Kraus Pizza's been here forever. I mean, a long time. I don't know the rest of the places down there. It's funny because when we first moved here, there was a bowling alley, and you went through that door where that railing is in that little swing. That's how you got into the bowling alley. Then the bowling alley closed, and whoever bought it decided they were going to put up batting cages and a putt-putt golf course, and that was all that area there. And now that's all gone. That was a big talk back in the day, back in the 80s. And then all this happened. The Ford dealer, which was always on the corner, it used to be called Myers Ford when we moved here in the 80s. And then it became Hartville Ford, and then a bunch of others. I don't even know what it is right now, but it's always been a Ford dealership there. I actually worked there for a short time, and so did my brother. But other than that, the buildings haven't changed. They're all the same. I still find it kind of funny that used to be a bowling alley. I remember going in there, and the guy said, "Oh, we need more bowlers on leagues. You should join." And I didn't, and like 4 years later, the place closed. Maybe it's because I didn't bowl. I'm just kidding. All right, back at the RV, finished the laundry. Nothing eventful there. I have to say that laundry is a little on the expensive side. We haven't paid for laundry at a laundromat forever. At least it seems that way. And yeah, we're going to have to definitely put that in our thinking as far as full time. We used to do the laundromat years ago. Because of the way the pump and well system is down at Heidi's parents' house, they didn't really have a washer and dryer down at their house. I guess there was a time that they did, long before Heidi and I started dating. But that was kind of one of the things that Heidi used to do for her parents. Whenever she was, you know, in high school, as soon as she got her driver's license, she would go and do the laundry for the week. You know, her parents would give her, you know, like $20 or whatever it was. I think it was about 20 bucks. And then she would go do the laundry, you know, for the week, for the family. And whenever her and I started dating, I used to go with her. It was kind of like a, you know, a Saturday morning or a Sunday morning kind of thing that we used to do, you know, together. And it was kind of cool. And then when we got married, there was times that we lived in places that didn't have a washer and dryer. And, you know, we continued to do that. Now, fast forward, we haven't been to the laundromat for a long time. We just, you know, we've always had a washer and dryer, at least for the last 19 years. I think we might have gone to the laundromat a couple times on some, you know, maybe when we needed to wash all of our linens or something like that at once, and we didn't want to wait, that kind of a thing. So other than that, that was kind of an eye-opener when I got to the laundromat. First of all, people are kind of weird that are in laundromats. Not all of them, but some of them were just a little weird. And yeah, the money that it cost, I was a little bit shocked. So back at the campground, and when I came back, I can't believe how little of campers there are. However, I want to show you one. When I came back, you can see all these spots that are open. Everything in that row, like I showed earlier, except for my RV, that guy's motorhome, which was out. And then when we came back, we got an Airstream right here. And man, are they close. I mean, when you're in our slide, it's like they're right there. And he's got a whole bunch, I don't know that much about Airstreams, but he's got a whole bunch of power ports on the back of his Airstream. I'm not sure why he wouldn't do 50 amp, but yeah, you can see he's got two 30 amp outlets. And then there's another one. I think those are all 30 amp outlets. I'm not sure what's going on there. Well, anyways, just as a reminder again how stupid the design is of our black tank flush. You can see I went ahead and ran a hose over just to rinse out the black tank, but their black tank flush is right there on, you know, that side of the RV. Not ours. Ours comes all the way over here. I'm going to change that. If I ever get up into where I'm putting on new freshwater, gray water, black water tank level indicators or sensors, and I take that core plast down, I'm going to see what the plumbing's like in there, and I'm going to do everything I can to put this flush valve on the other side. Now I'll leave this one on here and just put a plug in it or something. Even though it has a check valve on it, I'll put some sort of plug to make sure that that check valve doesn't fail and cause a problem. But I'll put one on the other side and flush the tank. I think it's dumb. So that flush was successful, not bad at all. And speaking of 30 amp and 50 amp service, I wanted to show you something that I picked up, of course, from Amazon. And of course, the links will be in the description. And of course, you're tired of hearing that. 50 to 30 amp. Yeah, what this will allow me to do is hook into that 90 degree 50 that I have, or not. I could plug right into the RV, and it converts over to a 30 amp. That way I'm not running too many adapters. Listen, there's not an electrician or a plumber or anybody for that matter that will say that it's okay to have multiple fittings or multiple connections if you can do the option, and that's run minimal connections or minimal fittings. Every time I add a connector or a dog bone or an adapter to a cord, there's chances of a failure. There's contact points that aren't as efficient, and of course, getting into the failure part of things even more, if you got rain, water, whatever, there's just another place for that to get into, another place for something to corrode. So that's why I got this, so I can run the 30 amp outlet on that Honda 2200 generator and have it connected directly to the RV. The other thing it'll allow me to do, I mean, you see how easy it is for me to handle this cord, and I do have a 30 amp extension cord. So this one here, being 25 foot, will get me hooked up to most places, but if I need another 25 foot, it's nothing for me to connect at that point. Instead of manhandling that 50 amp cord and then of course putting it, you know, some sort of an adapter on that 50 amp cord to get it down to 30 amp so I can plug into the RV. This is allowing me to just get away with this. Now, for you guys that don't understand how this works, just because I have 50 amp connected to a 30 amp, that doesn't mean I have 50 amps worth, you know, of power. I'm only going to utilize a 30 amp setup where I might only run one air conditioner, and when I run that air conditioner, I may not run the microwave. I'll turn off the air to run the microwave. I mean, it's one of those things. If you have a 30 amp camper, you know that you have to manage using those 30 amps as efficiently as possible, but this will allow me to get down to one nice lightweight cord for the majority of our hookups. I went through the drive-through today at the bank to get some money for the laundromat, and yeah, you can see what happened. I scuffed here. Wonder what this cut is. Oh, it's just a mold. I wanted to point out something in the suspension though. This is one thing that the old F250, I don't remember it ever doing. Of course, I didn't have much of a load on it with that old trailer, but even loaded in the back with a bunch of stuff and the trailer, I'm actually going up on my overload springs here. Helper springs, whatever you want to call them. I'm going up against these bump stops. So that's interesting. I'm not used to that. That's something that the other one doesn't do. However, I told Heidi, I said, whenever we were putting the shield on, how heavy it was. I told her, I said, man, this thing is really heavy. So she helped me. She carried one half of it to put it on. She said, man, how did you manage this by yourself? So I would assume that this piece here, you know, it's a 2.5 inch shank that goes inside there, and then this whole contraption right here, I'm gonna have to think that's probably about 40 pounds. That's what I'm guessing. It's got to be real close to 40 pounds. And then this piece here with these big heavy rubber flaps, yeah, 50 pounds. We're at 50 pounds with this. And I'm going to tell you, the two together, obviously 90 pounds, and it's awkward. You know, it's tough to handle. So added that I'm putting 90 pounds on the bumper here, and this is roughly 180 pounds on the tongue. I mean, we're well over 200 pounds between the two of them. Probably closer to 200 and probably closer to about 250 pounds. The fact that I have two batteries on there, and this, you know, heavy hitch and that. So that's a lot of weight in this area. I mean, you got to figure from basically this point forward, you know, to the rear of the bumper is 250 pounds. And to top that off, this camper, whenever it's empty, the tongue is 785 pounds. So I know my tongue weight with all this stuff. You know, really this is not tongue weight, it's bumper weight. But anyways, hanging off the back of the truck, all of this weight in this general area, you've got a lot here. I would have to think that we're at about almost 1,000 pounds back here when all this is said and done and connected. So that's a decent amount of weight. It really is. So I might have to look into maybe doing something to help out the suspension just a little bit, that maybe it doesn't squat quite as far as it does whenever I'm putting everything on here, because you got to remember, I still don't have anything in the bed of the truck really. That clam shelter, you know, and a chair and the picnic table canopy, that's really all I have back there. And whenever I let this trailer down, whenever it's connected, these mud flaps go from the height that you currently see them to about that high off the ground. So there's probably about a 4-inch squat that goes on at the bumper at this flap. Of course, that's not what it is at the wheel well, but still there's quite a bit there. We might have to address that in the future. So I'm just buying my time till Heidi gets off work. Once she's off work, she's off for, of course, the rest of the night, and she's off all day tomorrow. And I think she might close the next day, so she might be available in the morning. I'm not sure about that. However, we got one whole day since we extended a day that she's just kicked back and enjoy, which is good. You know, it's nice that she'll be here and we actually get to hang out together. As you can see here, I'm uploading a video. I'm at 91%, only about 4 minutes left, and that was pretty quick. It was a short video. You guys just watched it, and I didn't want to make it very long, so hopefully it was entertaining, even though it was very short. Time to get working on this one though, and yeah, maybe we'll tie it in with tomorrow, because today, not so exciting. Look who's here.
Admirers. Oh, now you ain't gonna be able to let me do that again?
No, this is good.
Oh, because I forget their names. They'll be over later. They follow us on YouTube.
No.
Yeah, they passed me. I didn't think anything of it. I was just walking. Then they come by the truck and they're like, I know that plate number or plate. And then they come around and they're like, Heidi.
Oh my. So how was your work? Happy you're off?
Yeah.
Is it cool in the RV?
Yeah, it feels good.
Good. Okay. We're gonna go try the restaurant.
It's under new ownerships, so.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
What was wrong with the old one?
Somebody told me today
We're talking about the restaurant on site.
Yeah. They're having a car show here, so obviously
You're gonna
I'm
show
donation central.
Why?
Because everybody comes to my store and wants donations.
Oh, even from here?
Well, the guy came in.
From here?
I've donated
Oh.
to Cuttys car show way many years.
Oh, okay.
It's the same guy. And I said, hey, we're out there, this week. And he's like, oh, really? Well, where are you at? I said, K27. And he's like, well, maybe you could bring it out. Tan just texted me a picture of the bucket sitting on the counter. He'll have to go get it. Because I'm not bringing it.
Yeah, that's too far. It's just to get that. So she's home. I get a shower, change clothes. I was wearing the same clothes I wore yesterday because I just basically sat inside the RV and shot video. And they were older clothes. They're kind of ratty clothes. So, yeah, we're going to go check out this restaurant. Good morning, YouTube. Heidi didn't give a closeout last night, did she?
No, we were visiting with
Tim and Bonnie
Tim
Murphy. I remembered their names.
I did too.
Go figure that out.
They full-time.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot it was Hall of Fame weekend. And these people are all here for Hall of Fame weekend. As you can tell, look at this deal down here. It's the Detroit bus. They got a bar and everything. Crazy. So we're going for a walk this morning for more than obvious reasons. What's those reasons, Heidi?
Breakfast.
It's breakfast time. Yeah, we're wanting to go up to Hartville Kitchen for breakfast because of Greg and Karen. They gave us a gift card to go to. They gave us a gift card to go to. What's that place called?
Hartville Kitchen.
Yeah, Hartville Kitchen. But unfortunately, it's not going to be something that we can do because of the hours that they're open. They're not open. We want breakfast, so we're going to definitely go for breakfast here. We'll have to see where it takes you. I think that we're most likely going to be doing the pantry in Hartville. We'll take you there, let you see it. So we're pulling into Hartville, and you can see kind of over the railroad tracks here. This is when you're first getting into town. The pantry. The pantry, like I said, they got that open deck up there. And when we first moved here, I used to always see people eating there, and I thought that was just the coolest thing. You can see there's the Hartville Elevator Company. This is kind of a neat little town. If you haven't been here, definitely, I'll have to say, definitely Hartville is a place that you can actually spend a couple hours and see a lot of stuff. It's just a different atmosphere than what I like. I'm not I'm not the primitive artsy type, but oh well. So we'll pull in here and see what this place is about. Hopefully they're open. Okay, so we came back from breakfast, and we've been getting a lot of stuff done since then. Why is Heidi laughing? Yeah, well, I have editing to do, like always, but I'm not doing it today. I'm relaxing.
The day with me.
Yep, it's Heidi's day off, so a little bit later we're going to, well, I don't know what we're going to do, necessarily.
We might get Hartville to go.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how busy they are.
Right. So this is our update. Packing day tomorrow. We'll have to leave this place. It's getting packed though. I'm kind of glad because there's just more and more people showing up. It's not even Friday yet, so that's our quick update. Let us go back to just kicking back now. Well, after everybody has moved into the area here, and we've had more time to kind of survey everything. This is too tight. Look at this view. I mean, come on. We got this trailer right here, and luckily we don't have anybody in this spot right here. But this is too tight. There's too much, and there's more people coming in. So that means we're going to be heading out. We're not leaving the campground yet, but we're going to be heading out to go enjoy ourselves. Other than the campground, that and the fact that the sweat bees out there are pretty brutal.
First day was perfect.
Yeah,
there was no bugs.
Yeah, well,
Then it rained.
There's plenty of bugs now.
Yeah.
Mosquitoes at night and sweat bees during the day. So
That kind of sucks.
I think we're gonna go try to get something to eat. All right, so yeah, we're gonna head probably into Hartville, get something to eat there. We'll have to see how it works out. I don't know. I'm not gonna be taking pictures of Hartville Kitchen though. It's a restaurant. That seems kind of weird, and it's a big.
Look it up online.
Yeah, look it up online. The pictures are about the same. Now I'm gonna tell you right away. There's going to be some definite things. I don't care who you are. The food's good. It's almost all Mennonite in there that'll be serving you, so it's a little bit on the religious side, and it's not terribly expensive. But if you go there on some sort of a holiday or forget about, boy, the amount of time that you'll have to wait in line. It's pretty big, especially if you hit something like, not Easter, they're closed, but something, holiday wise like that, it'll be pretty bad. So yeah, we're heading out. We'll see what we're gonna do here. How do you think we feel?
Stuffed.
At least we got dessert to go. Yeah, we're man, it's good food. And the line was how many people do you think were in line in front of us?
40 people.
Yeah. And we had to wait 10 minutes. And our food, we had to wait
15 maybe.
Yeah, at the most.
Yeah.
It's quick. It's very quick. Yeah, the line was going afterwards. So there's different times of the day. If you guys walk in, you see a big long line, not a big deal. It's quick. It's always quick. But there's a reason there's a line. The food's good. And their desserts are real good, especially their pies.
Thanks, Karen and Greg.
Yeah, Karen and Greg. That's why we're here today. Thanks, guys. It was perfect.
We might have wandered here either way.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, they're not expensive. It's not expensive here. Okay, to give you an idea, let's put it in perspective. This will make you. This will really make it. Put it really in perspective. Although the campground that we're at, the restaurant was okay. The food was okay. There was nothing wrong with it. I got a 10-inch Italian hoagie, which is basically lunch meat and lettuce and stuff. And we got a large order of fries, which is basically a plate of fries, normal order of fries. We got a small order of onion rings, and Heidi got a 6-inch steak hoagie, which turns out to be a steakum. It was a steakum sandwich.
One piece of steakum.
Yeah, one piece of steakum. Again, it was good. All of it was good.
Yeah, it was.
And we got 2 drinks, and the total for that was $31.50. $31.50.
This was $36.50.
This was $36.50, and I got Angus, a 3rd-pound Angus burger with French fries, and Heidi got Swiss steak with mashed potatoes and gravy, green beans, and mac and cheese as a side. And we both got sweet teas with refills, and we both got a couple pieces of pie to go.
We each got a piece of pie.
We each got a piece of pie for a couple. So that was the difference there. It was $5 more for a lot more food and a lot.
Regardless of if a business is starting out or not, that steakum sandwich yesterday, and I call it a steakum sandwich because the consistency of the meat was steakum.
Yeah, it was steakum.
Just like a steakum. was $9.75 for just that sandwich.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
a
expensive.
little pricey.
All right, we're going back to the campground and going into Comus. Oh my, look at all the tailgaters. This is a tailgate party in the campground. Here's the thing. If you're going to do something for the Football Hall of Fame and the Hall of Fame games tonight, and you got a tailgating setup, you don't tailgate at a campground. And you especially don't do one that's real far away from Canton. It ain't close to Canton. We're, what, 15 miles? It's gonna be 15 miles from the Hall of Fame. So anyways, that's crazy. Guys, we're walking around through the permanent section. You can see some of these are really nice, but it's like a mobile home park. There's one for sale. I wonder if we get the lot with it. And then right across the street is the splash park. But again, I can't handle the fact that it's only a 3-foot pool.
Look how skinny this camper or this thing is with the pop out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the tip out as big as the camper is. But yeah, this is all really permanent down through here. But obviously they took down a lot of the trees. That's sad. If you look back, look how nice this looks with those big trees. But I'm sure when they get rotten, you got to get rid of them. Yeah. Oh, so we're gonna continue on here. We're also testing the new wind buffer on the camera. We cut it down, made it a little bit less obtrusive. Oh, and here comes some motorcycles. It's getting awful loud here. You should see the party bus over there. But yeah, this is all permanent down through here. It's definitely different. Look at this area. Wow. They just dumped all kinds of gravel. And then look, they got a little driveway going back there. It's definitely a different setup, that's for sure. Some of this reminds me of some of the old Florida mobile home parks whenever I was a kid. You know, they were just old mobile homes like this one here. This one that says J20 on it. That's got to be 80s or earlier.
Park model.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, this one here too. That's nice. Yeah, so here we are coming down through another section of permanent. Again, Heidi was pretty accurate. I think 80% is permanent campers here. And they are definitely in their own little neighborhood, that's for sure. But it's nice units. I mean, look at this one. This guy's got at least 2 lots, maybe 3. No, I guess, well, no, probably 3 lots, right?
Right here.
Yeah. But some of the places are really old. But the place is kept really nice. You cannot hear the music from here. That's near us.
That's real nice here.
Yeah, kind of got this whole cabana thing going on and all those bottles.
That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. I never would have thought about that. Getting
I've
those.
seen it on Pinterest.
Oh, maybe that's who did it. Now some of these spots down here you can still have, I don't know where it is, I think they said section C. That might be down here somewhere. But we're okay where we're at.
But if you pull your site out.
Kind of a nice site. Look at the trees.
Yeah.
I could get our RV in there. We can stay here for a season. The deck stays. Maybe they're just selling the RV though. The site's already taken care of. Yeah, I think this is one of the sites. Yeah, they wanted us down here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's pretty quiet down here.
Yeah, maybe we should have done that. That would have been smart. Now you can see all this area here. They got all that field behind them. These are definitely some permanent sites. I don't know, maybe we'll get like this one day, huh? Maybe we'll get to where we find a location we want to set up and stay for a while. But it's definitely like a little neighborhood down through here. Some of the places older, some of the places newer. It's a thought. I like this area just because of the trees. Oh, hey, look. Yeah, they got a little pathway that goes through. That's kind of nice. Yeah, we're going over to another permanence area. We'll check that out. I don't know what this sign says. There's another loop. There's some camp spots down there. Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's that looks like it's just water hookup only. Hell, I could have done that. You know? Water and electric only. Look how nice that is down there. See back there. And then of course the one we're on now currently. There's a playground here. Another shower bathhouse. Wow, look at all this gravel they brought in. Now if you guys aren't familiar with permanent campgrounds, they're pretty much all the same. They don't necessarily care if you make improvements to your lot, but once you leave, you pretty much leave everything behind. You can take your deck if you feel like taking it apart and bringing it with you, but as far as like gravel and stuff like that, of course that's going to stay. So is that motorhome. But yeah, you can see here's another bath and shower house. And then, I don't know, I thought there was a dog park. I think that's out by the entrance. Yeah, there's a dog park out near the entrance. All these would be pretty good, as long as the trees are healthy. Other than the droppings that you'd have to be washing all the time off your RV. There's this thing up here called the kids' place. It's for crafts and whatever else you can think of. And then there's an adult activity center here that they usually just play cards, euchre, stuff like that in the evenings. And then you have Party Central. I think I see why the permanent people probably don't care for the non-seasonal people. Because as soon as you come around the corner, it's like a bunch of partiers or something. Everybody's just all set up all different ways. It's funny that all this was empty just the other day, except for 2 of us. But now we're full. Morning, YouTube. It's packing day. Heidi's getting ready to go to work, but she doesn't have to be at work for a little while. What do you have to be at work?
10:45.
10:45, and it's 8:32. So last night we went and visited with Tim and Bonnie and had a great time conversing with them. But it's time for us to go, unfortunately. And yeah, they kind of inspired us in a way. I mean, here they are basically from the same area as we are, and you know, they had a plan. Theirs went really smoothly in some ways, and other ways, you know, they had some little bit of drama, and I thought it was cool. I thought that it was a great story. But yeah, they put their stuff together to where they wanted to sell it, and it's almost all of it sold. He said he hardly had a pickup truck left after their yard sale to take to, you know, Goodwill or donate or whatever. And as far as their house, they put it up for sale on a Thursday, and it was sold on Sunday. I mean, that's an awesome story. They said that the realtor said, well, I'll have this sold by the weekend. They were like, yeah, whatever. And it sold. And it kind of shocked them, and they had to kind of delay everything. But yeah, it was a great story. Great time talking with you guys. I hope we see you, you know, out there again. And this whole packing thing. You know, honestly, I would think that that's one thing that we have to do, that if we were full time, it would be so much easier, because a lot of this stuff would just be temporarily stored. Like in my case, my computer, I got to put all this stuff away safely to where it can transport. And then when I get back to the house, I got to put it all, set it all back up in the house again. Same with some of our stuff is kind of shared. Like, you know, the pillows, we bring extra pillows, and of course some clothes. Our clothes are in and out. Some clothes we leave in here. Some, you know, jackets and stuff I leave in here. Of course, I can do that now, but as soon as it gets cold, that stuff will come in. You know, water. I mean, just little things. You guys know what it's like. If you guys are weekend campers, that's basically what we just did. But, all right, we're going to get this together, and you ready to get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hot. Put the hair on.
Maybe. Guys, so we're back at the house, and obviously it rained hard here because this residue here wasn't there, and look where the railroad tie is. So that means the water came over the bank and pushed it all down again, and the grass needs mowed. I wonder how wet it is out there. But we're back. I need to get this thing parked. I get to use my Level Mate Pro again, so that'll be nice. Looks like one of those boards is sinking a little bit. I might have to do something about that. And that was a pretty decent trip. Now, I don't know how much coverage we got, but I did put a camera up in the windshield. And the problem that I'm experiencing is that it's very hot inside that windshield area. And I'm talking about the windshield of the RV. So we may have to do something about that to keep it cool. Because it definitely got hot in there. All right, let me get this truck parked. Of course, Heidi gave me the sayonara halfway home, because she split and went her way. And man, I'll tell you what, the roads are awful bumpy going through Alliance, even with, you know, the softer suspension of this RV. It's rough. I notice whenever I'm using the Level Mate Pro, it's really nice. Holy cow, everybody should have this thing. Of course, I'm still hooked up to the truck, and the tongue is down because I'm, you know, there's no weight distribution going on, and it's, anyways, it's just sagging right now because I don't have it disconnected. But the thing that I notice is if this is at like 0.5, maybe even 0.75, which, you know, we're talking a half an inch or 3/4 of an inch, is perfect. Right now it says the passenger side needs to go up 0.5 inches, and if I screw around, let me move the truck here, see if it does anything. Yeah, see how it said 0.75 there? That's just me wiggling around in the truck. I mean, that's a 1/4 of an inch. That accelerometer is, you know, checking out there and realizing I'm right on the edge. But it's saying that I need to raise the passenger side basically half an inch, half to almost 3/4 of an inch. Well, that's the road side. That's this side over here. And if you go out and look, you can tell that this side is a little bit higher. I mean, it's hard to really see this on a camera, you know, with the convex lens and everything that it has, especially with the sun in your guys' face. But it is a little bit higher on this side, just slightly. That's fine, and that's perfect. And the reason is once we put out the slides, this thing will tip. It will load the suspension on this side, and it will take away that half an inch, and it'll be level. So that is a really, really good addition, that Level Mate Pro. So here's what I was saying. I just got done putting out the slides on the RV, and you can see now the passenger side 0. The front, 1/4 to a half, I don't know. Yeah, I'll raise this up a little bit. That's got to be pretty close. So no real exotic places, and I love it because the more people that we run into, the more that they talk about your garage is just packed full of stuff. And, you know, it really isn't. It's just very cluttered. It's relatively organized. I know where everything's at. It's just really cluttered. And there is a lot of stuff that I got to get rid of, but believe it or not, it's not a lot of stuff. I could probably sell all this at a yard sale relatively quick. But as long as we got little projects to do here and there, which they are slowly dwindling down, then we'll be okay. So again, no exotic locations, nothing real crazy, nothing fancy. We didn't really do anything but just what typical RVers do. And, you know, as far as trying to keep it as real as possible, you know, some days we just kick back. We didn't do anything. Unfortunately, that doesn't make for great entertainment. However, it was what happened. So we want to document what happens. Again, Tim and Bonnie, we were really glad to meet you. And we'll bump into you again, I'm sure. And as always, guys, we hope to see you all out there. Bye.